Hi there, it's Bring Your Kid to Work Day. This is Holly. Say hello, Holly.
Hi.
Right, I'm going to get straight into a 4-minute warm-up first, then I'm going to describe what we're going to do during the warm-up, because Holly's going to do the warm-up and I will talk to you during it. We'll save lots of time, it'll be amazing. So we have to set up the machine first, and on a concept 2, that means setting the drag factor to where you want it to be. Now for Holly, I'm going to put that right down to the bottom. Okay, if you're not on a concept 2, then please just set the resistance to somewhere you feel like got a nice feel stroke out of it, but you don't have to heave against it, okay? Next up, set your monitor to eye height if you can. Yeah, it's round about okay, isn't it? And then your foot stretcher height should be so you're able to get into the front of the machine comfortably with your shins pointing vertically, okay? So get your feet in, okay, and then strap. Whoops. Okay, strap. Okay, then slide forwards, and that's the shins vertically, okay? And then, yep, yeah, okay. It's hard with a kid, but we'll see. Okay, so 4-minute warm-up. I want you to do this just at an intensity where you can just feel your body starting to work for the first minute. But because the day is going to involve some sprint rowing, I want you to try and increase the intensity a little bit to get the heart rate up and you're breathing heavier, so that when you do your first 30-second sprint, spoiler alert, your body's already primed for it, okay? So here you go, you start doing the warm-up. Okay, hang on, wait a minute, I'll count you in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so not too fast, I just want you to just get moving, okay? Think about, as you push with your feet, that's when you want your hands to connect the handle to the flywheel. Yeah, now your butt's scooting a little bit, that's fine, okay? We're not worried too much. So remember, not too intense, just want you to be nice and gentle. Just get that heart rate up a little bit, get the breathing rate up a little bit, but make sure and breathe, okay? You keep going for the next 3.5 minutes and I'll explain what we're doing today. So today I've called rope and row, and that's what these are about, okay? So we're gonna do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds on. We're gonna do that total of 4 times, so 4 rows, 4 ropes. Then we're gonna take a 1.5-minute rest, and we're gonna do all of that 4 times, okay? So it's all about 30 seconds times 4. This one I'm gonna try and do is a score. This is a WOD that we can do as a score. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna add the amount of meters that you row to the amount of battle rope moves that you're able to do, okay? So I think in 30 seconds I can tend to do around about 35, 40 battle ropes, and round about, I think it's round about 150 meters, I'm not too sure, I can't remember the last time I did this, how many meters, but you basically add everything together and that gives you your score. So it's quite a fun way to do it. And if you set up your machine properly so that it does 30-second intervals through all of this, if you're doing it with a partner, which is why I've got Holly with me today, you can then compare your scores, okay? The only thing is you have to be honest about the amount of battle rope moves that you do, and trust me, it gets a little bit hard to count while you're doing it, or at least so it is for me, because I'm talking away to you when I'm doing it. It's quite difficult. So 2 minutes 20 to go on the warm-up. Do you want to stop when you get down to 2 minutes and I'll take over? Yeah, was that a yes or a no?
Okay.
Well, you can keep on warming up if you want, but if you want to swap, I don't want to exhaust you, that's all. Never work with kids. Was that a yes or a no?
No.
All right, you're going to keep on going for the next 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So now we've got 2 minutes left in the warm-up. Just to increase that intensity just a tiny little bit. Like I say, we're going to be starting off by sprinting, so it's important that you don't surprise your body when it comes to that first sprint interval when you suddenly power into it. Now remember, the power from the stroke is coming from your legs, right? So when you go for these sprint things, or at any point when you're rowing, you start with a push. You're pushing the machine away with your feet. You keep your arms nice and straight as you do so, and that lets the power come from your feet up through your body, through your straight arms and into the machine. Now again, like I say, when you're dealing with kids, it's an idea just to let them row how they want to, maybe just do tweaks to make sure that they're not rowing unsafely, because really you don't want to do anything that's going to affect their bodies while they're growing, okay? This is why I put the drag factor down at 1 and why I'm not too worried about how she's moving, because there's a natural movement here to her. And as long as she's not going to injure herself, like if she was just yanking on the handle. So I know she doesn't have perfect form, but actually for a 10-year-old, I think she looks quite good. She's my great hope, you see. I think with legs that long, arms that long, I think she could be a proper, she could do well in rowing, so I'm trying to convince her to do more rowing. Okay, so remember, we're going to do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds on. We're going to do that total of 4 times, so 4 rows, 4 ropes. Then we're going to take a 1.5-minute rest, and we're going to do all of that 4 times. Okay, so it's all about 30 seconds times 4, and it's going to be a tough workout. The point is you really have to put in the effort into these ropes. You're really going for it. Okay, you don't tickle battle ropes. You get into a good old squat position. I'll show you. So you take it in your legs and really go for it. Okay, you don't tickle them, you go for it. Okay, 10 seconds left on your rowing warm-up. Okay, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, there you go. So make sure and have a quick drink. Keep on moving up and down the machine just to make sure you don't get too cool, but we're going to get into the main session pretty quick after this splash card has gone away. Okay, the sunglasses are on because it's such a lovely day and we are ready to go now. Please only start doing this if you're properly warmed up to do the sprints, because I really want you to put everything you can into these 30 seconds on here, and then whatever off-rower move you're going to do, you want to make sure and put everything into that as well. Okay, so you need to be warm so you don't get any kind of injury. Right, Holly's standing behind me ready to take over once I've done my first 30-second row. Okay, you ready for this then? We're going to do our first 30-second row sprint in 3, 2, 1, go. So like I say, it's all from the legs. Push the machine away with your feet. Make sure to connect the handle to the machine. Keep those arms nice and straight to let the power go through. And then finish with a pull. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on, Holly. So in you get. And once you get strapped in, nice and quick, that's it. Press the button, continue to, yep, and we're off. 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember to count these. 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. No back talking for me. 7, 8, 9, 30. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. There we go. Right. Swap over. Can you get out? All right, and I'll get in. Remember, 1 rope for you. 1, 2, 3, go. Count how many you do. Remember, stroke rate nice and high, as well as lots of power from the legs. Go on, Holly, into a squat position to do it. 1 more stroke and we're done. Okay, swap over, nice and fast into it. You ready? And go. 2. See how I'm in a nice squat position. 8, 2, 4, 2, 3, 16, 20, 4, 1, 3, 8, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 41, 41. Swap over. Okay, you ready at home? 3, 2, 1, go. I know there is a little bit of a transition time for me and Holly that maybe you don't have if you're doing it on your own. Go on, Holly, into a squat position, put everything into it. That's not a squat. Bend your knees, that's it. Bend your knees. 3, 2, 1. Swap. That was the 3rd row, wasn't it? Come on. And go. 2, 3, 4. See how I'm in a knees bent squat position here? Doesn't care. You doing okay?
Yeah.
10 seconds to go. 6, 8, 2, 3, 5. Ah. Okay, stop. I want to rest. Sorry, go. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. Remember, bend those knees, Holly. Stay in a nice bent knees. Don't straighten up again, stay nice and bent. Get that sprint on the row. Right, 3, 2, 1. That's the last row for me in this set. Ready to go, Holly. Okay, and go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1. You're doing great for the rowing. Maybe hold, yeah, that's better. Ten seconds to go. Lost my grip. 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, okay, Holly, come on. Right, okay, swap over. So there you go, 30 seconds, another 30 seconds on the rope. Okay, go. Now, Holly has to do 30 seconds here while I take my minute-and-a-half rest. However, I forgot to actually record this during the main session, so you'll see this insert happening 3 or 4 times. Keep going. You got another 10 seconds to go. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Right, so I get another 1 minute rest sitting here. Holly then has that minute, and then my first 30 seconds sprint, so she also has a minute-and-a-half rest. Okay, so this is how it all works out in this kind of tandem world. Okay, so apologies that you're needing to see this over and over again, but hey, it makes sense. Anyway, back to normal programming.
Now you'll have noticed by now that this is a bit of a ramshackle edit, and part of this is because I need to try and keep Holly motivated to keep on going, which is why sometimes I'm speaking to her and not to you.
So you ready for the next one? I'm going in 20 seconds time, and then you'll, same again, you'll take over behind me.
Oh, I'll sit down then.
Okay, so we're going on the next set in 5 seconds time. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Get that sprint up. Get that connection right. Keep your forward lean as you push your feet into the machine. And connect your hands. Get that power in there. Okay, Holly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, try and get your transitions nice and quick. Okay, and go. 2, 3, 4, 5. Doing a good job there, Holly. So if you're doing this as a switch with someone as well, I'm talking to the camera. If you're doing this with somebody else, keep an eye on them, give them tips on technique, give them encouragement if they need it, on both the rope and the row. 3, 2, 1. Okay, swap. Okay, you get a nice little cheeky rest here in between, aren't you? Let's go in 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Remember, Holly, bend the knees. Both knees bent, stay bent. That's it. No, knees bent, not back bent. Too busy looking at her. I'm not taking care of my own sprint. Holly, you're not even trying, come on. You're not. Right, swap. You ready? Go. It's a great mix of like proper cardio on the machine. And if you do this right, it's just really exhausting as well from a cardio and muscle point of view. Where are we? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, swap. Okay, you ready? Remember, bend those knees. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Now, as you get more fatigued here, it can be tempting to break your technique somewhat to try and make up for being tired, but really just, if you can think about the push with the legs and arms straight, everything else takes care of itself. 2, 1, stop. Is that the third one? Yeah, one more row for me after this. Press your button. Go. Right. Really do. Same with the row. For not wanting to back off for whatever off the rower machine or off the machine moves you're making. Make sure and put the effort into this too. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, stop. Okay. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. That's better. That's a lot of effort, Holly. Get that stroke rate up. I'm at 34 right now. It's about power and stroke rate. All right, and Holly gets an extra row. Yep. Ready? Ready? Go. Not an extra row, sorry. Your last row. 30 seconds. Never quite feels so long, does it? Okay, halfway. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, okay, swap over. So there you go, 30 seconds, another 30 seconds on the rope. Okay, go. Now, Holly has to do 30 seconds here while I take my minute-and-a-half rest. However, I forgot to actually record this during the main session, so you'll see this insert happening 3 or 4 times. Keep going. You got another 10 seconds to go. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Right, so I get another 1 minute rest sitting here.
I know it's a little less slick than my usual videos, but hopefully you're still finding the workout fun.
Right. You can move this, well, I'll say move the seat over here, but obviously you can't, can you? Holly's had enough. But I think 2 sets. If anyone else has had enough and wants to bail here, you can. But hopefully you can keep on going. So Holly's here just to keep on pressing the button for me. So hopefully transitions on the next 2 are going to be a lot quicker. You ready? 20 seconds to go. You don't, yeah. You don't have to press this one. Watch out, you're too close. I'm going to hit you with a handle.
Oh, yeah.
Right, 10 seconds to go until the start of the third set. You don't have to press anything for this first one.
No.
You don't? You can press afterwards. 3, 2, 1. Let's go sprinting. Nice and fast. After the recovery you've had, you should be able to get up. Stroke rate and power wise, keep that pace up. It's a good thing about rests. It's like hitting reboot on your body. You can reset technique and things again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. You ready, Holly? 3, 2, 1, go. Here we go. Right, you'll have noticed the dodgy edit there. That's because it's not enough to just press the button on the machine. Holly has to take a stroke as well, just to get the counter moving. Right, you can get off though, because I need to get back on. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Poor end there. Poor finish. Row 2 in 3, 2, 1. Let's row. So for this next one, make sure and just get ready to take one stroke.
Yeah, we'll do one stroke and then one.
Oh, I'm struggling to get above 32 strokes a minute now. Getting a bit tired. That's okay. Means I'm working. 4, 3, 2, 1. You ready? Press. Okay. Is the counter going? Yeah. You don't have to do too many. 10 seconds. It's meant to leave you pretty much exhausted by the end of this workout, so it's good to know I'm tired already. Whoa. Next. This is my third row, yeah. Oop. 3, 2, 1, go. You okay? Just enjoying watching me exhaust myself.
Actually, no, I've been looking at the grass that I put down not long ago, and now it's ruined.
Okay. It's not ruined, it's just flat. 3, 2, 1. You ready? Press the button, and we're off. Get a feeling I'm gonna have to do a little bit of post-production for countdowns and things. So apologies if you see the odd edit in this one. I normally pride myself on everything just being a single take, but I have to do some editing today, and we're done. 4th row. 3, 2, 1, go. Works out about 10 seconds between. Right now, keep that sprint up. Just because I may be fading doesn't mean you have a license to fade. Okay, 5 seconds to go on the last of these rows. One more, no. You ready? Press the button, take a stroke. 1. Helps. Slipping again. Sun cream on my hands means the rope is slipping out. Oh, where are we? 8. Last one of these, fortunately, for our next rest. 1, done. Right, okay, swap over. So there you go, 30 seconds, another 30 seconds on the rope. Okay, go. Now, Holly has to do 30 seconds here while I take my 1.5-minute rest. However, I forgot to actually record this during the main session, so you'll see this insert happening 3 or 4 times. Keep going. You got another 10 seconds to go. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Right, so I get another 1-minute rest sitting here. It's very hot. Is that why you burnt out so quick? Too hot? Just hydration is always important. Excuse me. Hydration is always important, but I think it's, what do we say it was, 25 degrees, proper actual summer. Not pretend Glasgow summer, this is summer.
You'll be hydrated after.
I'll be hydrated after. So make sure and check out the video on, what are you calling yourself, Holly Jolly Smoothies?
Yeah.
So Holly's going to make me a recovery smoothie after today's row, which I will put on the end of this session, and I'll put it up as an individual video as well to give her as much exposure as possible. Holly's Jolly Shakes. Okay, last set coming up. You don't have to do anything for the first of these.
Good.
Good. 3, 2, 1, go. Right, so just 4 more rows, 4 more battle ropes, and we're all done. So keep that technique right, nice posture, don't let your posture cave as you get tired. It's the same for the row and the ropes. 3, 2, 1. Okay, Holly, oops. Holly, you're up. Press the buttons, take a stroke. Stroke. Here we go. Oop, got my ropes tangled. Now if you're doing something other than battle ropes at home, let me know what it is, and I will make a similar video, maybe without Holly, depending on when it is, but doing whatever you're doing too. Might as well mix these up, vary them as much as possible. 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Whew, poor end there, poor finish. Row 2 in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, that was a bad start. That was all back, hardly any legs. Felt my arms jolt. Right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you're up, Holly. Button. Stroke. It's a downside to setting up the whole session to be the 2 of us. So that I need, but still set to undefined rests. So that's why Holly has to do that, if you hadn't already worked that out. Oh. The perspiration is running into my eyes. 3, 2, 1. Row 3. No, this is 3. 3, 2, 1. Go. Keep on pushing with the legs. This will help in all of your rowing, for when fatigue sets in and you need to just push through with a good technique. 5, 3, 1. You're up. Button, stroke. I'm gonna have to count all of my rope swings in the edit suite to tell you my final score. Keep that bent knee position though. Take that power in these little mini squats. 2, 1, done. Last row. Make sure to go nice and fast. 2, 1, go. Keep on pushing. I was too eager to talk about going fast that I forgot to press the button. This is one of those workouts that I should really just start all over again, but I'm not gonna. 2, 1, done. Last ropes. You ready? Can't even talk anymore. Hopefully you're doing okay. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. And it slipped out right at the last minute. Okay. Last person jumps on the ropes. Now, another 30 seconds. Of course, if you're just doing this on your own, you should be all done. But let's just give it this last, what we got? Just under 20 seconds to go. 15 seconds to go. Hopefully, whoever's doing their off the rower move is really showing off and showing you how it should be done while you sit here and watch them like this. Okay, 3, 2, 1, all done. High five.
So hopefully you were keeping score of your battle ropes while you were doing this workout along with me. Here's how I got on. I managed to row a total of 2,092 meters and I managed to do 631 battle rope moves, giving me a total of 2,723.
Do you want to go in and see about lunch with mummy while I just got to do a cool down?
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Right, so cool down then. 2 minutes, just do this at a pace that you can feel yourself just, well, basically cooling down, so don't go too intense. And just let your heart rate kind of come down at a nice pace, just enough of an engagement from your muscles. Like, you know how to cool down. Okay, here we go then, in 3, 2, 1, go. Right, so, like I say, today's workout was a little bit ramshackle, mostly because I was doing it alongside Holly, but it's one of those workouts where actually it doesn't matter if those transitions were 5 seconds or 15 seconds. If you get a short rest, it just means that you are constantly running a maximum. If you get a slightly longer rest, it means that you can work harder as you start the next interval before that happens. So that's why I'm quite okay with this one being a bit fast and loose instead of it being like the normal structured time workouts that I do, which are like 6 times 5 minutes with exactly 1 minute rest and things. They are important, but when you're jumping on and off and it's a mix of moves, you can afford to be a little bit loose. I do enjoy mixing this stuff up. Like I've started to do things like 1k row followed by a 1k run. Do that 4 times. Or 4 minutes bike, 1k ski, 1k row. Do that 4 times. I'll try and work out how to make as many of these as possible as row-alongs. It's just when you're doing distances, you can't really do it that way because you might finish before me. I can't have you just hanging around waiting for me to finish. But if I did a time, then you can hide from the effort, you see. Okay, cool down is all done. So, if you're finished and you want to go for a shower, that's fine. Just make sure and do things like stretch your quads or whatever. Just make sure that you don't seize up. If you have time, please hang around because somewhere Stretchy John has just appeared and he will guide you, take you through some guided stretching for quads, hamstrings, hip flexors, glutes, triceps, biceps, shoulders, forearms, and maybe another couple of others. I always forget. Now someone did, Grace got in touch and asked if there was a way to do these stretches still on the machine instead of climbing off. Because maybe you don't have a mat so you don't have space or whatever, but you certainly can. I mean, hamstrings, you can easily just fold into that position rather than getting on the floor. You can, if you take your feet out the straps, then you can flick your toes up towards you and that will then activate kind of under here more, or you can point them away. And then, so that's just make sure not to round through your back as you come forwards, which is the kind of the downside of the forward angle of the Concept 2, is that you can start to stretch into your lower back instead of, so remember you want to hinge forwards, okay, and that'll get your hamstrings. I'm trying to think. Glutes, yeah, you can kind of put one leg out straight across the machine and then that other foot just hangs. Hold on to the back of the rail. In fact, let's do this the other way around so you can see what I'm doing, eh? So, one leg goes straight on the rail, other one just put it over your knee, then bring this knee over towards you, can hold it in place with your elbow, and then rotate in, so you're spinning your body, and you can hold on to the back of the rail for stability. And then that, as you bring this knee over and rotate in, you should feel the stretch down there in your glutes. And you can play with the position. Does your foot just come up slightly higher, resting your knee, or do you bring it down? See what works for you if you're still sitting here. Just remember, there's this element of instability because you're sitting on the seat. So you are moving backwards and forwards. So I don't want you to do anything that's going to potentially cause you to fall off. Nobody wants that. Quads, of course, are easy. You can just come forward, hold on to the monitor for stability. One leg on the other side. I know Stretchy John's taking you through this in a different order, but I'm trying to show how you can do this here. So there you go. So ta-da! And this way, if you fall to the side, you can maybe use the rail to support you so you don't actually fall over. This is exactly what's happened to me right now. Yeah, and then swap legs. Make sure as you're flicking up your other foot, you don't kick your seat though. So keep an eye, make sure it's, there you go. And then if you do feel you're falling, you can just hold on to the monitor. This is genius, you don't need to get anywhere near a mat. Hip flexors, I'm not too sure about. That's the one that'll have to put a little bit of thought into how you stretch your hip flexors when you're not on the ground. But then I suppose you can just get down next to the machine, can't you? I mean, I know people are saying they don't have a mat or anything, but you can easily just snug up to the side of the machine. Surely that's not going to be an issue, I'd hope. And then just ta-da, do that. So you don't need the whole space of a stretching mat and things. It was just, oops, it's not a good sign when I can't even stay upright doing this, is it? Yeah, and everything else is like doing that for your shoulders, doing that for your forearms. Triceps is, so you can do triceps and hip flexors at the same time. If you want to go for extra credit, you can go, oh, and then change. I do apologise for the way you had to put up with looking at my feet, but it's the only way I could kind of keep the foot position proper with Holly. Didn't want to wear shoes. Then I never wear shoes, but socks would then get dirty on the grass. I have completely flattened the grass where I've been doing that battle rope stuff though. How to fix that? Anyway, yes, that's the triceps, and then remember biceps. Pretend you're flying, ooh, and then rotate your thumbs outwards. So you just go wee, and by rotating your thumbs outwards, that's what stretches the long muscle in your biceps and gives them a good stretch. And if you, let's see, this doesn't hurt, does it? Yeah. If you want to be super tidy, you can just be knees either side of the machine, and that way no one can complain. I'll think about doing I have to make a proper stretching video anyway, so maybe I'll try and do that. Do the proper stretching one based around the machine rather than on a separate mat. But there we go. Right, so that's us through the stretching. Hopefully stretching John in the corner is done as well. Hope you enjoyed today's session. I mean, like I say, it was a little bit ramshackle, but it was also a lot of fun for me because I was doing it with Holly. So hopefully it was for you. Hopefully it's just a different way for you to train, adds in another element, gets some fast, because everyone enjoys rowing fast. So in those little 30-second spurts, anyone can row fast for 30 seconds there's no boredom that gets them. Basically, if you can get bored rowing for 30 seconds, you are certainly not going fast enough. That's the truth. So that's me all done with today's session. Do let me know how you got on. Like I say, it's something a little bit different. So leave a comment, and just if you say, listen, just get back to your usual programming, then I will. But for the time being, do check out the other videos I have up here, the other workouts, the other training tips and things, and I will see you in whatever video you select next. Okay, so please take care of yourselves. Be well. Bye-bye.
Hello and welcome to Holly Jolly Shakes. Today we'll be making a choco nana. The ingredients that you'll need is some milk, several pieces of chopped up banana. You'll need some protein powder and some hot chocolate powder. Now if you don't have any frozen banana, have fresh and add ice. You will also need a blender and a blender cup. First of all, you'll have to put all of your banana into the pot thing. Second of all, you'll need to get 1 of hot chocolate powder. Then for your protein powder, you will put in 1 cup. Next you'll need to put your milk in. For mine it has a max line, so I can't put the milk over that line. You screw this on top so nothing leaks out. Put it in and then you start blending. So open your lid and make sure that it's perfect and mixed. If it's mixed, pour it into a cup and enjoy. Thank you for watching.